Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Melantosh here, and I am back for GBA Week 1 Team Builder, going up against Greg and his Los Angeles Clefables. Make sure you go check him out, link will be in the description down below, really great guy. So, going over my team in case you did miss the draft analysis. If not, go check it out, link will be in the description, or card will be on screen. We have the Zygarde, the Mew, the Cobalion, the Rotom Wash, the Snorlax, the Piloswine, the Gengar, the Slurpuff, the Spiritomb, the Victory Bell, and the Charizard. My opponent has a really scary team of the Tapu Koko, the Greninja, the Latias, the Gliscor, the Scizor, the Quilladin, the Mienshao, the Seismitoad, the Lycanroc, and the Yanmega. So, unfortunately, I don't have any graphics this week, but we'll definitely have them for the next week, for sure. Unfortunately, they just weren't ready in time, but that is what it is. So, my opponent has probably one of the best teams in the league, in my opinion. Tapu Koko, like, his first 5 are amazing. The first 5 I'm 100% expecting to come. With a Alola Muck, sorry. I did actually make sets. I had an Alola Muck set down, but I deleted it by accident. So it's not really too much because I'm not really going to go over to the sets that I predicted Greg to bring. But the first 6 are the 6 I am expecting him to bring, while the next 3 in the Quilladin, Mienshao, and the Seismitoad are 3 that I could see coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if they came at all. The Lycanroc and the Yanmega, I would be a little bit surprised if they came. I don't think they have the best matchup. However, I do think I have prepped for them. Do have prep for them. So that is cool. So what are the biggest problems to my team? Biggest problems to my team, Tapu Koko is an absolute menace. Greninja is also an absolute menace. It's just the fact that they can go on either side that really bothers my team. And SD Scizor can kind of be a problem, but we do have prep for it as well. And also, to be honest, Mienshao, I don't really have many switch-ins for, but I can see why he doesn't want to bring it. Because I have defensive Mew, but I really feel like defensive Mew in this matchup can get worn down really easily by U-turns and getting knocked off and stuff like that. So I didn't really feel that defensive Mew was the best in this matchup. So let's go into the team that I did bring. We have Mew 1, the Mew with the weakness policy, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Earthquake, and Rock Polish. The EVs are a little bit weird, but I'll explain those later. First of all, at +2, I am at +2 attack and +2 speed, I outspeed his whole team, and I am able to pretty much OHKO most of his squad. Max HP Latias, I do 82 to 97%, so I've got my notes down here, with the Ice Punch. Then we have Seismitoad, which I only do 38 to 45%. If he brings the Seismitoad, then I am going to need that thing weakened down quite considerably. But there are definitely things on my team that can do that for the Mew, as you guys are going to see. There are going to be things he wants to switch Seismitoad in on my team, so it shouldn't be too hard for me to get that big damage. Quilladin, if it does come as well, I'm definitely expecting max defensive Eevee-like. I need about 60% off on that thing. It does 41 to 50% to max defense Quilladin. But again, I should be able to weaken that things down with other stuff on my team. However, I'm actually really not expecting the Quilladin in this match. I just don't think it has the best matchup. It allows in some of my bigger threats for free, like the Zard Y, which he doesn't appreciate dealing with. So I don't feel like Quilladin is the best bet. And to a 92 HP Gren, which is what I'm expecting him to bring, it does 81 to 95%. So I need a little bit of chip damage on that. And unfortunately, I don't have rocks on that team. If I did have rocks up, then I'd be getting that damage. I just need 2 switch-ins. But also, I can have 2 life up hits or something like that. Same with the Latias. Rocks would really help this match, but I couldn't quite fit them on, which is kind of a problem I'm starting to see with my team. That I want too many Mons and that my rockers just aren't really coming, but we'll have to see how that plays out in future weeks. So that's the new set, is basically the win con this game. The EVs are pretty interesting. I can live a max attack Adamant Muck's knockoff into a max attack Scizor's Bullet Punch. I guaranteed live that all the time. Which is really, really great. And that was basically what the defense was for, I'm pretty sure. I also live a Greninja's Dark Pulse, that's why it's not all busted in defense, is because with 60 HP I live the Life Orb Greninja's Dark Pulse from full, not after rocks, though it would be a roll. So that is the Mew set. This really hoping it can put in work this week. The match will be out tomorrow, so make sure you go check that out. Next up we have Belowski, the Snorlax, with the Mago Berry, Gluttony, Curse Return, Fire Punch, and Recycle. So Snorlax is really great this matchup. It's going to help me to switch into Gren, although it is going to be carrying low kick, that is for sure. I am able, if I'm at nearly full, if I have a little bit of damage on myself, and I still have my berry, I can click curse on Gren's low kick and I will get my health back, and I can recycle the damage off quite comfortably from the Greninja, so I can beat Gren 1v1 as long as it doesn't go for the low kick on the switch-in. As long as it doesn't go for the low kick on the switch-in, should be fine. I can also switch into Tapu Koko reasonably well with my 212 defense, unless he brings physical Tapu Koko, which could be kind of a problem. But we do have a little bit of prep for that later down the line. Because I'm not expecting Brave Bird on the Tapu Koko, so it also chews like Latias's hits really well, to be honest with you guys. Like Latias absolutely demolishes those hits. If it starts setting up curses, then it's going to be able to beat Sizz. It can potentially beat Gliscor as long as it's not SD. Even some SD variants I am going to be able to beat. Muck as well is a bit annoying for my Snorlax because it can knock me off. And the biggest problem with Snorlax this game is it has a really great matchup, but Greg has so many knockoff users. I mean, he's got Bug Bite knockoff Sizz, he's got knockoff Gliscor, he's got knockoff Muck, he's got knockoff Mienshao, he's got knockoff Seismitoad. So it's not easy whatsoever for my Snorlax really to set up and win, and Snorlax is not here to really set up and win. It's just here to curse up if it needs to for the defensive purposes and smack his team, weaken his team down. I could see him going Seismitoad on this thing to get a knockoff off, which would be really great again for my Mew to go ahead and sweep. It can also just deal with the Latias, which is probably the only thing he really has to switch into my Charizard, which is really nice for me. So going up to my next mon is the Zydaddy, the Zygarde with Groundium Z. We got Aura Break, of course, not allowed that Power Construct, that would be broken as hell. We then have 1000 Arrows, Earthquake, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Dance. I know it seems a bit weird having like the dual grounds stab, but what this does for me actually is because I feel quite confident that I'm going to be able to get some good damage off onto the Latias, and I do have my HP and defense invested here, so I am not too killed ever by Ice Fang from a Gliscor, unless he's really offensive, in which case 1000 Arrows is going to be doing a lot of +1. 1000 Arrows Earthquake would probably take him out, so so what am I saying? So the Earthquake basically at +1 ensures some stuff that I've got here. Basically, it's basically for Scizor and Gliscor once it's grounded, because EQ just does that little bit more damage. At +1, I ensure 2-hit KO max HP Scizor. And at +2, I ensure 2-hit KO on max defensive Scizor. Like 100%, I always take it out. Also at +1, this has nothing to do with Earthquake and 1000 Arrows, but at +1, the Z move is going to be doing a lot ton, like a loot. And the Z move at +2 is really comfortably going to take out the Scizor. So that is really nice moves for me. It's the same with the Gliscor once it's grounded. Earthquake is just doing that a little bit more. At +1, I also have a much better chance of taking out 92 HP Gren, because Gren actually lives a +1000 arrows. But the Earthquake is like a 50% roll in my favor. Yeah, 50% roll in my favor. What am I saying? 50% roll to take out the 92 HP Gren. It also can take out Muck from full. A max HP Muck, Earthquake has a chance to take it out, whereas 1000 Arrows doesn't, which is really nice for me. Also, if I get in on the Muck and I can click, what am I talking about? And I can click Earthquake, maybe later on when I go for a DD, he's not going to think I have 1000 Arrows, and he's going to think that I'm Z Outrage. So that way I can 1000 Arrows the Latias really quite comfortably, and then I can, because he'll expect me to go for the Z move, and then he'll maybe want to go Gliscor, so that I've already burnt my Z move on the Latias, but really I'll have the 1000 Arrows, and I'll be able to set up one more on the Gliscor, go for 1000 Arrows, and potentially take that thing out with 1000 Arrows into Earthquake probably. So yeah, Zygardes, that's what the 1000 Arrows into the Earthquake is there for. I think I really need to start recording my team builders when I finish the team, because then you have all the stuff in your head way better. So Rotom Wash here with the leftovers. It's Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Hidden Mud Grass for the Seismitoad and Defog. So this is to keep basically rocks off the field for my Charizard. I really want to be playing Rotom Wash really quite carefully this game. The great thing about it is it can switch into all of his rockers. It can switch into Lycanroc, it can switch into the Seismitoad, and it can switch into the Gliscor. So really nice for me. If I need it to, the reason that I'm maxed for def is so I can take hits from a Greninja a little bit better, like Dark Pulse, something like that. In case I feel like he's going to make the low kick play, I can comfortably go into my Rotom Watch. If he goes to the Dark Pulse, it's not going to be doing huge amounts, which is really nice for me. And Hidden Power Grass means that I can pressure the Seismotoad, like I did consider Toxic or Will-O-Wisp, or potentially even Trick or something like that, but then I have to switch out, and my team doesn't really appreciate switching into Knockoff / Scold and stuff like that on the Seismotoad, and having my Rotom Wash being able to force it out means that I can go for Defog on it comfortably without being forced into an awkward situation where he knows he can get back up, his rocks back up every time I switch out my Rotom. Comfortably, because I actually can't touch him. He's going to be getting Will-O-Wisp burned, it's nothing. So I really much prefer the Hidden Power Grass here in this matchup with the Rotom. Again, like, got to play it carefully. Rotom doesn't have a huge role this match, just trying to keep rocks off the field for as long as possible. Next up we have Rhaegar the Charizard. Let me just change this to Mega because you guys are going to see the stats actually matter quite a bit. Really not what I wanted to do. Really not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh snap. Oh snap. There we go. There we go. So Zard is here. Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Roost, and Toxic. So I'm a very bulky Zard. And shoutouts to my front office for helping me with the team, by the way. The whole team basically helped me up with, my front office helped me out with the whole team. What am I saying? The same thing over and over again. Make sure you go check them out. Link will be in the description down below. And huge shout out to DyeItTight, who's also part of the front office. Go check him out in the description down below. He did help me come up with all these nicknames. We sat down for a little while and he just like shouted nicknames at me and I was like, no, 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 yes, yes, no, yes. So it worked out pretty well. So thank you for that, my dude. But yeah, the Flamethrower with the 72 Modest, basically destroys most of his team, to be honest with you. Like, it 2 OKOs pretty much everything except for maybe like a Spadef. Like, it OKOs loads of things. It OKOs the Coco Greninja with Solar Beam. It doesn't OKO Latias, but this is my lure for Latias. I should be able to get a Toxic off on it. And because I'm bulky, I can really chew hits from this thing and just roost stall it. So that's really nice for me. I'm not actually going to OKO the Gliscor. The original set I had did, but I really need the speed for Lycanroc, because if Lycanroc did come, it could be kind of troublesome, even though I wasn't expecting it. It's just annoying for one of the easiest mons, because Lycanroc Midnight does not get a Celerock, so Zard can come in on it really nicely. And Lycanroc being able to outspeed nearly most of my team is really quite bad, so I did go and put a little bit of speed on that thing. I'm not expecting it to be max speed, so I did go to outspeed him, speed creeping basically. So then we have the Solar Beam, which is basically for his waters, for the Greninja. For the Seismotoad, Mark gets 3-hit KO'd for sure, then Quilladin's going to die and Mienshau's going to die unless it's Assault Vest. So is Lycanroc and Yanmega. Like, Zard is amazing in this matchup. The only thing he really has to switch into it is Latias. So I'm either... Thing is with Latias here has so many roles it kind of needs to be able to do. Like, he kind of wants to be Scarfed for the Zygarde, to outspeed +1 Zygarde. At the same time, he kind of wants to be like bulky Spadef for the Charizard. Maybe even like AV, but I don't think AV is the best in the matchup. If he's AV, that's really good for me because I can roost stall it to death. But I'm really not expecting him to rock. I don't think he feels like he's going to need it this match whatsoever. So yeah, that's the Charizard set. Really, really, really nice. It can take, with the 12 in defense, it can take a high jump kick from a choice Scarfed Mienshao as well. So it's a really good Zard set this match, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So next up is the Heat set, and I have to thank Aki for this one. I cannot take credit for this set. His link will be in the description down below under the front office as well. This is an incredible set. I don't even know how he came up with it, to be honest. It's Victory Bell with Rocky Helmet, Chlorophyll, Knockoff, Giga Drain, Encore, and Strength Sap. So originally I was really struggling with my last position on the team, because Mienshao, although I wasn't expecting it to be in his front 6, it was a problem to my team if it did come, because I'm not defensive Mew, right? And originally I had defensive Slurp off with like Wish Protect, but it just allowed things like the Gliscor to come in and set up, Roost Coco to come in and set up, Sizzle could come in and set up, because it lives one Flamethrower. I did have the Flamethrower on it. Muck comes in and sets up with Curses. Mienshao can even probably set up an SD on it if it lives one. Say Quilladin can come in and set up Spikes. It just wasn't... Like, the only thing it could do was check the Mienshao. And in a match when Mienshao doesn't come, it was like kind of a nuisance for me. I could Wish Pass and stuff like that, but it ended up doing more damage than good. So Aki passed me this set with the Rocky Helmet, Chlorophyll, Knockoff, Giga Drain, Encore, and Strength Sap. What this set does, oh god, it's actually such an amazing set. So it's not 2-KO'd by a Scarfed Mienshau's high jump kick. In the sun, I'm going to be able to outspeed any variant of Mienshao and 1v1 it with the strength sap. Knockoff, because the two likely switch-ins are going to be the Muck and the Gliscor. So if Gliscor hasn't got his Toxic Orb yet off, I can knock it off. I can also knock off Quilladin's Eviolite, but if I knock off the Toxic Orb from Gliscor, it doesn't get its Poison Heal, which is amazing. And if I knock off the Muck's Berry or Assault Vest, then it's going to be much easier for my team to deal with. Like Zard's going to be doing way more with the Flamethrowers. Assault Vest, if it knocks off the Berry, then the Berry's gone. It's not got any recovery, and it's going to be much easier to wear down the Muck if it's some sort of curse set. Key Drain is so I can come in on the Seismitoad as well. Even the Lycan Rock does pretty well. Encore plus Strength Sap mean that I can actually 1v1 Mega Sizzle as long as I have my Rocky Helmet. Because what I can do is I can Strength Sap him and I'm going to get literally all my health back no matter how much he does to me. And he's only going to be able to get up to +1. Then if he goes for Swords Dance, I can Encore him. And then if he goes for Bullet Punch, then it's Encored into Bullet Punch, and I can Strength Tap again. And yeah, and from there I'm going to be able to wear down the Sizzle with the Rocky Helmet. It's also really nice for his U-turn momentum, being able to chip down his whole team, like the Coco, the Greninja, even the Sizzle, the Gliscor, Mienshao. His whole team is got so much U-turning that it's really nice to have a Rocky Helmet user, because another thing I fucked with was the Rocky Helmet Spiritomb, but it kind of had the same problems as the Slurpuff anyways. So this thing also outspeeds with the speed investment his whole team under Sun. 24 in Spadef is because I didn't need any more in attack. I actually have enough speed to outspeed his Scarfers. If he brings a Scarfer, speed creeping me, speed creeping Coco, if that makes sense. So I go to 204 and Coco is like 200. No, yeah, 200. I think 200. Yeah, 200. Coco is 200. So I go to 404. So if he tries to speed creep me, speed creeping Coco, I am going to outspeed. So that was the thought process behind that. Little bit of injection there, and I can actually switch in on Coco if it's going to go for U-turn, because I do have a Pillow Swine. So Coco is definitely going to bring U-turn, not Volt Switch. That would be kind of weird if Coco was to bring the Volt Switch in the matchup. And if Mienshao doesn't come, it really frees this thing up. It can take on Muck 1v1 as well, because if he goes for Curse, I can Encore it. I can Strength Sap him down, and I'm going to get all my HP back. Like, this is a really amazing set, and I'm really excited to use it, so I hope you guys are excited for it. It's definitely heat as hell. I'm really excited to use it. It's going to be really fun. But that is going to be the team this week, guys. I'm sorry my commentary was all off. I've had a bit of a weird day, but hopefully next week it's going to be better. And yeah, I think actually this is going to be a bit late, because I'm busy on Saturday. I think it's going to be a bit late, hopefully not. But that's going to be all from me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please leave a like rating down below. If you are feeling like an absolute legend, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. But other than that, I will smell you later.